What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogreboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the new movie, Mufasa the Lion King. So this is the newest film in the Lion King franchise. It's a prequel to the 2019 remake. And in this movie, Rafiki tells the story of how Mufasa became the king that everybody knew and loved, and everything, to Kiara, the daughter of Simba and Nala, and everything, with commentary provided by Timon and Pumbaa throughout the movie too. So this movie, I have a lot of mixed feelings on it. Like, there are things in here that I think are pretty decent and everything, and then there are things that I just don't fully like. I don't fully like the story and everything. I don't like how they bring Mufasa from being a lion cub with no royal bloodlines or anything like that, making it where him and Scar aren't related. That's something that's shown in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. But I didn't really care for that. I like the idea of them being brothers and stuff. They did change it in the original version enough that they didn't have to be brothers in the remake, I mean, from the original. So I guess it works for this particular version of The Lion King. But this is a movie I've been telling people that I really, really have always wanted a Mufasa origin story, but not in computer animation that's disguised as live action and stuff, because I've always wanted it as a traditional animated cartoon to show what happened between Scar and Mufasa, why Scar didn't like Mufasa and stuff. But this movie doesn't do that very well and everything. Like Scar's betrayal and everything comes off as really shallow and stupid and everything. The reason why he turns on Mufasa is really lame and everything. And I knew they were going to go that route. As soon as they announced it, I was like, yeah, they're going to go that route. If they do a prequel, this is the route they're going for. I've known it since I saw the 2019 version, what they were going to do, and it was very, very paint by numbers predictable, exactly how I figured it was going to play out, and it was very, very unsatisfying and everything. And I'll also say the third act, the fight scene between the lions and stuff was pretty good, and everything between Mufasa and the main villain of the movie, I can't even remember his name, the big white lion. It was pretty good and stuff, but the way all the animals rallied behind Mufasa to stand up behind him and stuff and choose him as their king and stuff didn't feel earned or anything. It wasn't paid off well. It wasn't earned or anything like that. Mufasa is shown to be a genuinely nice character throughout the whole movie and stuff, but it just didn't feel earned at all. And once you see the movie, you'll get what I mean and everything, because he's barely around the animals of his kingdom before he becomes king. So they kind of turned Mufasa into Mary Sue a little bit. He's just automatically loved by everybody and everything. I don't like that and everything. I don't like that Mufasa, who's supposed to be one of the greatest and respected characters in Disney history, just is like that because the script needs him to be, and not because there was a good reason for it and stuff and everything. Yes, he did help protect the land from the lions and stuff, the white lions and stuff, but just a lot of things didn't make sense on that and everything. And as far as the music goes in this movie, man, the songs are horrible. Out of all the Lion King movies that I've seen, which I've seen all of them, including the crappy remake, I would say that the songs are better even in that movie. Of course, they are just copy and pasted from the original version, so I guess that's why I can tolerate the songs in that one better and everything. But Lin-Manuel Miranda is just not one of those songwriters that I have ever really liked. I think he is extremely, extremely overrated and stuff, and this movie just proves another point why not one of the songs in this movie is good. And I think a lot of people that even like Lin-Manuel Miranda have said the songs suck in this movie. Like, they are horrible. There's not one song in this movie that is memorable or catchy or likable or anything. They slow the story down and everything. Like, every time they started singing, I was like, please just shut up so we can get the movie over with and everything. Like, the songs were horrible and stuff. The animation is good. I'll admit that they did a good job with the animation, and it looked a lot better this time because the animals actually emoted and stuff and everything. And it's hard to make photorealistic animals emote, but they pulled it off good enough where they had enough facial expressions where I was able to enjoy the movie as far as that part goes. It didn't take me out of the movie or anything like that. So I will say my biggest criticism of that first movie was that and the voice acting. And I will say that the voice acting in this is way, way better than in the original. Aaron Pierre, who does the voice of Mufasa, does a really good job at being a believable young version of Mufasa and everything. I think he's really great. The guy who does the voice of Scar was fine. He was okay. He wasn't all that or anything, but he was okay. And everybody else was fine too. Mads Mikkelsen was fine as the villain and everything. The guy who did the voice of young Rafiki was really good. He was probably the highlight of the movie for me and everything. The one that did the voice of young Zazu was okay. So, I mean, it had a good voice cast and everything. All the new voice cast was good and everything. Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner were once again fine as Timon and Pumbaa, although they were kind of annoying this time, especially Seth Rogen. And maybe that's just because I've kind of lost my love for Seth Rogen. I used to be a huge, huge fan of him, and I still am when it comes to his old stuff. I love his old movies, but in recent years, the last 10 years or so of Seth Rogen's stuff, he has just gone downhill, way downhill and stuff, and he just is not near as funny as he used to be, and he was kind of annoying in this movie and stuff. Like they made him overdumb and everything. I didn't really like him in it. So this movie is kind of a mixed bag. I think the story is okay. The first two acts are pretty good, but then it falls apart in the third act when Scar does his betrayal and Mufasa finally becomes king and stuff. Things just don't feel earned, and it wasn't told the way it should. It just wasn't the best it could have been. I don't think it's the worst movie in the world by any means and everything. I wouldn't even go as far as say this is the worst movie of the year or one of the worst movies of the year, which is a compliment for me because I expected it to be one of the worst movies of the year and everything. It's not even the worst animated movie of the year for me. So that being said, I will say it was a little bit surprising, but it was not that great. So I'm going to go as far to say that I give the Mufasa the Lion King a 5 out of 10 because I think there were things in there that I did enjoy quite a bit and everything, and I think the story was okay for the most part, but it could have been a lot better and everything, and its strengths aren't as strong as it could have been if it would have been a traditional animation. I think the movie would have been so much better in traditional animation, but for what we got, I guess it's okay for what it is and everything. It's not anything super, super great, but it's okay. And I will say that the tribute to James Earl Jones at the beginning of the movie was pretty good. They did a pretty decent job at paying tribute to him as well. So, all in all, this movie is okay. It was way better than I expected it to be and everything because I didn't expect anything out of it. I literally went in with no expectations at all whatsoever. So I enjoyed it more than I expected, but it just could have been so much better if it was traditional animation and if they would have changed up why Scar and Mufasa drifted apart and everything. Because Mufasa never even fully finds out the reason why. I think, well, actually, no, I think Scar does kind of tell him, but it's just weird. I don't like the way that stuff went. It felt anticlimactic, but all in all, this movie is okay. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Mufasa the Lion King, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.